Welcome to the first episode of the Changemakers Unplugged podcast, brought to you by the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy at IU Indianapolis.
My name is Ella, and I am a first year in the School of Philanthropy.
And my name is Rebekah, and I'm a graduating senior in the School of Philanthropy. So we're throwing around the word philanthropy a lot, and let's be real, both of us have gotten some questions of what do you do with a degree in philanthropy? What is philanthropy? Is it like film? I've gotten that one a lot. It's not like, I mean, it could be. But do you want to kind of share about this school that both of us fell into?
Yeah, so the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy is the only school of philanthropy in the country. Our school tends to define philanthropy as voluntary action for the public good. And we have a really wide range of students passionate about a number of things. We've got mental health, children's health, education, advocacy,
Veterans,
arts.
the environment.
Yeah, we just have a group of students who are just really passionate about creating positive change in the world to help our society and country and even the world just become a better place. And so it's a really unique and cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, no, I would totally agree. Just waking up in the morning and coming to class and literally being surrounded by people who, if they aren't planning to start their own nonprofit, they're like, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I am doing, to try and make the world a better place, from ranging from nonprofits to public sector to businesses, how you can help businesses be more philanthropic. So yeah, it's a really great group. But Ella and I are here to kind of talk about philanthropy with all of you, with each other. We're going to kick off today by just sharing how we both ended up at this school because, as we mentioned, it's kind of a random school in the middle of Indianapolis. Philanthropy is definitely not something that people are usually like, I'm going to go to school to study philanthropy. I mean, we're both here. But so, Ella, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, so I am originally from Oregon. And growing up in high school, I was always involved in leadership and student council, and I was the service director for my school. And I really wanted to have a career in leadership, but there aren't very many leadership degrees available. They're usually fully online or just certificates. And so I was having a really hard time with that, and I was going around touring schools and finding things that I kind of liked, but would definitely be sacrificing a lot of things. And then one day my aunt just asked me, she was like, Ella, have you heard of the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy from IU Indianapolis? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? And so then I looked into it more and I was like, wow, like this is a really unique program. There's a lot of opportunities for me to do really cool things in class and study abroad and go on all of these things. And so I researched the heck out of it one day and then just came downstairs and I told my parents, I was like, guys, I think I'm going to move to Indiana. Like, I think that this is the school for me. And yeah, I mean, it was a wild ride and it was crazy, but I'm here now.
But you're here now.
I am.
And what would you say are some of the biggest differences between Oregon and good old Indiana, besides the amount of corn?
Yeah, we definitely don't have as much corn in Oregon.
No one does.
Environment, it's a lot colder here. We don't have humidity in Oregon, so spending the summer here, my hair's gonna get a little big.
It gets bigger throughout the episode.
Yeah.
I relate.
There's no mountains or beaches here or like vineyards, which makes me a little bit sad. I do miss my views, but
that makes sense.
It's okay.
I was about to say, I don't know if I've ever seen a vineyard. I have.
Yeah.
But I didn't think of that as something you would just go by frequently.
I literally just like drive past them, like driving past my house like all the time.
That's so
cool.
They're
just there.
Well, we have soybeans, so
fantastic. Love a good soybean, I guess. No, they're very different. And I think something I noticed like during the winter, like Oregon, we have like year-round trees. So like I go outside and like I always see green. And here I don't see that. And so there were some days where I was like, shoot, it's really gray outside.
It's really gray.
I'm not seeing any color.
There are some green trees, just not necessarily in the middle of a big city. Yeah. You're not going to see a lot of evergreens, but we do have them.
Yeah.
They exist.
I will say that living in a city has been really cool. Just like when I'm here studying at night and then I walk home through the tunnels back to my dorm, just like seeing the city and like the really tall buildings and all the lights.
Oh,
Like
love it.
it's really cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't live in the city, but having that experience now, it's really cool and I really love it here.
Yeah, me too. I grew up in suburbs, so living like actually inner city. When she said the tunnels, we have these like I've heard people call them like gerbil tubes. I don't know how you
Yeah.
describe it. Those like glass kind of tube things that go between I always call them sky bridges, but I don't think
Yeah,
that's a technical term
I
either.
just call them the tunnels.
I'm not an architect. I also will call them tunnels, but you can walk through and I think there's enough that you can make it almost all the way around campus without
Pretty
having to go
much.
outside.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sick. And oh my gosh, have you been to the top of a parking garage and just like looked at
Yes.
it's so cool. Looked at the skyline from the top of the parking garage.
Yes. I love watching the sunset up there.
I don't know. I've done that once. I
Me
definitely
and my
have a bunch
friends
of
do it. It's
pictures.
fun.
It's so
You
cool.
should do it.
Love my parking garages.
Yep.
But
So what's your story?
um so I ended up here in Indianapolis. I'm actually from Indiana originally, so I was happy to stay in the state, really enjoy it here. And now I get to be where the Indianapolis 500 happens, which is pretty cool. So I've only been once though, but still love it. Um So I ended up here because, like Ella, like you were saying, I also was very involved in high school. I was on what's called a youth pod, which is basically like a board of high school students in a community foundation that receive a grant and then re-grant into the community. So I served on that for 4 years. I was secretary for 2, so I can take some wicked minutes. Watch out. Um, but so we were re-granting and we would have a lot of members of the community come in and share what they had been doing with us. So like if we made a grant, sometimes they would come back and kind of report on it. If people were seeking a grant, sometimes they would stop in and be like, let us tell you about our mission. Sometimes people just came in. It was really cool. Um, but I really enjoyed the work that I did with them. And when I was looking at college, same thing as you. I think I visited like 7 different colleges for business marketing. Can you imagine me as like a
Not at
business?
all.
Nope, it would
No.
not have been a good fit,
Nope.
frankly. And I was feeling a little lost, but I remember talking to the director at the community foundation, being like, "Hey, I want to work for like a community foundation someday. I really love this." And she pointed me to the School of Philanthropy. So I came down. We do a scholarship competition. When I did it, it was just an interview. Now we do it as like you get paired with other students, you give a little presentation, it's a whole thing. Ella has experience, so
I do.
she can share about it. Um, but I literally drove down after graduation rehearsal, so very late my senior year, and interviewed, and I ended up getting the scholarship, which definitely was a kind of a boost into, like, yeah, I think this is the right place for me. So now I'm down here graduating. Kind of crazy to be at this end of my college career, but and I totally agree with you. I was a little worried about coming to a city, growing up in like suburbs or very much small town Indiana, but I've grown to love it. I It's so fun. There's so much you can do and just like walk to. My gosh, I love walking places and actually like you can just walk down the street and get pizza for dinner instead of calling it, having it delivered, door
Yeah.
dashing it. I drove and got Thai food. Took me like 20 minutes. Got a beautiful picture of the city while I was out there. I mean, living the life basically. So, but well, that's kind of our both of our stories. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to show some footage from we had a table at the campus center yesterday. And we were asking people, "What is philanthropy?" And let me tell you, it was
We got a wide range of answers.
we had some really really good ones actually though. I was
Yeah.
impressed by how many people were like we're on the right track.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and roll that footage and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Check it
reflect on
out.
it. So enjoy. Today, we're at the campus center asking people what is philanthropy?
I think philanthropy is using your advantages to help people who don't have those advantages.
For my from my knowledge, philanthropy is where you have a lot of money or you have a lot of resources, and you give it to people who don't have the money or resources, so then you can help them further either A, their economic status, B, their residential status, or C, maybe just their whole social status.
So, in my opinion, I think of philanthropy as like something where you just are doing something that benefits other people. So that could be like a food drive, or you're going out and distributing things like socks and stuff to homeless people. I've done both, and either way, it results in a positive like outcome to the community that you're like working in.
I would classify philanthropy as giving money away.
I'm gonna take a wild guess. It's like an act of like giving, I think, about like money and like expenses and stuff, like a human well-being, I think.
Philanthropy is when rich people like donate a lot of their money for stuff for poor or stuff for people who need it.
Philanthropy is kind of like working for a cause that like you really believe in or you want like to change something, I guess.
I think it's the study of dinosaurs.
To save dinosaurs, that's
Yeah.
sick.
Unfortunately, philanthropy is not the study of dinosaurs, but A for effort and confidence.
Yeah, she was on it. But I guess in a roundabout way, you could make philanthropy about dinosaurs if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, you can donate to museums or sponsor fossil digs or something.
Yeah,
so
you
it
could-
it could be.
It could be dinos.
It could
so
be.
You know what? We won't out that one. from
Yeah.
that. But as you probably heard, a lot of people were kind of in agreement on philanthropy being like, supporting a cause or the community.
Creating change.
We heard a lot of people say giving money too, which is it's a good starting point for philanthropy. It's really it is a key point of philanthropy.
It is.
But especially at the school, we try to focus on not just like the fundraising side of things, but also like volunteering's philanthropy.
Yeah, I mean, giving money isn't the only way that you can be
It's a big one,
philanthropist. It
but-
is. You can give your money, you can give your time, you can give resources,
What is
buildings,
it? Time, talent,
donations.
testimony,
Yeah.
buildings? Did you just say building?
I don't know.
No, that's
like,
true.
You could just be
Yeah.
like, have my building.
Yeah,
Or, like,
I
I
yeah.
don't know.
No, yeah, you can give a building. That's
Yeah.
what is it? Giving capital?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can give a building. Sorry, my brain just heard I heard donations, and then I was like,
Building.
did she just say a building? And I was thinking of those like cars that go down the highway with like a whole like house on the back. That's
you
where
can
my
give a
mind went.
house.
You could do that. You could donate that.
You
Pretty
could-
much.
Yeah.
If you can dream it, if you can have it, you can donate it.
Yep.
But yeah, so that was honestly, I was really impressed by a lot of the people in the campus center.
I was definitely expecting a lot of I don't knows. What is that word? I've never heard of that word before. Or even just people being like, oh, philanthropy is charity.
Yeah, and keeping it very short.
Vague and yeah.
I feel like people also sometimes think I have had so many people ask me if it's film, which I find fascinating. Like philanthropy, I can kind of see it, which it could be. That's kind of the nice thing about philanthropy and what makes it cool being at this school is like basically anything can be a
You
form
can
of
work with
philanthropy.
anything.
You can
if
work
you can work with dinosaurs, you can work with film.
that there is a direct correlation there.
Mhm.
But yeah, I can think of there's like local theaters here in the Indy area that are like nonprofits. You can
Yeah.
work for that and study it at the School of Philanthropy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot you can do, and honestly, like really proud of the IU Indy students for how they answered those questions
Yeah.
because like it might have had something to do with the free snacks we were bribing them with too. But we weren't bribing answers, mind you. We were
They gave it their best shots.
yeah. And we had some people like look it up there too, because they were like, I'm not sure if I know it off the top of my head, but I'll look it up.
And put it in their own words.
Yeah, and like kind of think through it a bit more and put it how I've seen it or understand it. Which, like, hey, if people are learning philanthropy, I think we're winning.
We're doing something right.
We're doing something right. Unlike the 17 takes it's taken us to get to this point in the podcast. But hey, what more can you expect from us? This is our first podcast, and we are really excited to have you guys on this adventure with us. We're hoping to bring in some more folks down the road, interview some other students. So you will definitely have more than just me and Ella. As much fun as we are, but so yeah, we're looking forward to bringing in some other college students at the same time. We would love to have some of you join on our podcast, high school students who are making a big change in the community. So if you would like to email in, tell us what you guys are up to, you can do cmugpod@iu.edu for Changemakers Unplugged podcast. And you can contact us. Ella and I will read your emails and
we'll
have a
connect
green
with
time.
you and see if we'd love to have your story featured on the podcast.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe you can be podcast famous too. But I think that's it for us for today. But hoping you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and take care.
Bye. If you found our conversation today interesting and want to see the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy for yourself, you can schedule a tour with IU Indianapolis today.
You can do that by scanning this QR code or by clicking the unique link in our description.
If you would like to learn more about the Lilly Family School of Philanthropy, the Changemakers Unplugged podcast, or the Youth Philanthropy Initiative, you can visit our website.
philanthropy.indianapolis.iu.edu or by just clicking the link in our description.